All right. Welcome, everybody, to a mock draft hosted by Fantasy Six Pack. We've got myself, Mike LaPlant was here. Jeez, man, already ruining things.
Still here. I was just giving you
We've got
the
Dave
comments
Eddy in
where
the
it's
house,
slide.
and we've got Dylan Clemons. I think others are joining us as well. We're going to be doing a mock draft tonight on Fantrax, a half PPR mock draft with 4 of our members here at Fantasy Six Pack as well. It'll be a lot of fun. Hopefully this will help you guys, kind of see how we draft, the strategies we're gonna use, and get going there. So, you guys ready to just start it?
Yeah, let's just jump
All
right
right.
into it.
Absolutely.
I think the first pick is being
mock
autoed. So we're kicking it off here. I think. I don't know. Did he not actually set his auto cue?
I think he did.
Said he was missing the first pick.
I wonder if it's got to run out. I'm not sure. I wonder what he's doing here.
No, there we go. Yeah,
There
Justin
we go.
Jefferson, no shocker. Even in a half PPR, I feel like that is a very worthy pick. I have no issues with that. I think there's only a couple of guys here that can warrant the top spot. Jefferson's one, CMC's another. That's kind of it. So, and then there's Chase.
Yeah, I went Chase.
All right.
It worries me a little bit, guys, with Burrow being with the calf injury already. But
Well, so
I mean-
in a half PPR, why would you take Chase over McCaffrey and Eckler and
I think it's the touchdowns. If I'm being honest with you, I think Eckler's
Explosive plays.
big
Okay.
plays. Eckler's gonna, come back down to earth on his touchdowns. I would assume they're not gonna be checking the ball down to him as much.
Mike? I will leave comment sharing to you. I've got a lot of buttons being pressed here.
Oh yeah, I'm the
As
social
I'm
guy.
using, by the way, I will be using the newly updated as of about an hour ago
Oh,
Fantasy Six Pack
I like
draft
it, Dave.
cheat sheet tool. Travis Kelce at 3. Dave, explain yourself.
I'll be honest with you. You saw it took me like my 30 seconds to pick. I was going back and forth between Eckler and Kelsey.
Mhm.
No CMC?
No, I was going back and forth between Eckler and Kelsey.
Okay.
And I just think that, man, if any draft so far that I've been able to get Kelsey, I just do it because I'm getting a wide receiver at the tight end position. I can pretty much ignore tight end for the whole draft and not have to piddle around with those mid to
Well,
low
yes,
tier guys.
you are likely not taking another tight end.
No, but you know what I'm saying. Like, and because if it would have been full PPR, it would have been a much harder choice, and I might have gone Eckler, but honestly, I probably still would have went Kelsey there. But that's what I was debating between.
yeah, and Scott made my decision even harder after I picked CMC. He took Eckler from me because I was going to scoop up that value. That's a good pick right there. And I already set my cue just so I could let Dave talk. But my pick's Cooper Kupp
Yeah.
at the 106. I'm a little worried with the hamstring injury. Mike LaFleur said, though, it's day-to-day, nothing to worry about. And let's be honest, guys, that Rams defense is so damn terrible that they're just going to have to throw it to Cooper Kupp to be able to survive.
With that hamstring injury, man, it does scare me a little bit. And I'm
Strings linger,
more-
man.
yeah,
Especially for a guy like him.
Yeah, Joe, do you have Tyreek Hill ahead of Cooper Kupp in your rankings now?
I do
Since
not.
You don't? Okay,
That's
No, I've-
exactly why I take Cooper.
I've actually got Cup still too.
gotcha.
Bijan Robinson. Why did it say Brian? I'm an idiot. Bijan Robinson. Bold. I do like it. I mean, you are either all in on him or he is steadily climbing the board. I'm not going to lie. There's a couple guys here. So I'll tell you one thing. The draft board, the draft cheat sheet is telling me Saquon, who I actually sort of agree with. And if I'm looking at it just from a pure positional value too, so this is built the same way, that we did the baseball one, for those of you that are familiar, to where we have overall value, and then we actually break it down even further for football, where it's positional value too. So he has a pretty large gap over the next guy here, so I'm going Saquon.
I like it.
There we go.
That was some
Now that he's
intense music.
signed,
Yeah.
I know. I was like, man, holy cow! Did anybody get what's that game show? The How to Be a Millionaire vibes,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah.
That's what I thought of.
Yeah,
I was
heard
like,
it,
man, my
like,
heart started bumping. I was going, damn. All
I
right.
thought StreamYard added a new sound when a comment went on the screen.
That
That's
was
seriously what I thought. I
phenomenal.
was like, that's weird. And then I realized
It was because I just Hey. When is James Conner being drafted round 2?
I'll tell you right now, I love that pick, Nick Chubb.
Nick Chubb, dude.
Especially in this format.
They totally smash. Yep.
Yeah, I probably would have taken him at 7 over. Well, no, probably I would have taken him over Bijan.
Yeah,
I would've taken
Bijan's
him over
after
Barkley.
Bijan's after those guys for me.
Yeah, in this
but
format,
I get it.
especially.
I totally get the Bijan hype. I think at some point, and this is going to happen in almost every draft I'm in, I guarantee it. He's going to go too early for me. Look, there is still massive risk with him. You never know. I know he's an elite talent. You just never know. Taking him as the 3rd running back off the board seems a bit pricey over guys we know can do it. Barkley and Chubb. And
I'll tell you
even
what, though,
Derrick Henry.
Low key, I think Desmond Ridder is going to be more of a threat to take away yards and touchdowns than I think people realize.
Really?
I'm not saying he's going to have like
Not gonna
800
run
yards
them.
and 10 touchdowns, but
Yeah.
I'm saying
Yeah.
he's going to get more
Nice
production in the
little
running
combo
game than I
there
think
by
that
Eric.
people think.
Who just jumped in, so let's bring him on here. Eric, let me ask you, man. How you doing tonight, by the way? You're on mute.
What's happening?
What's going on, man? So how pleased were you to find Henry and Diggs sitting there at the end for you?
I was really contemplating between Henry and Jonathan Taylor there, but with JT's little issue he's got going on, I was never going wrong with the King, right?
Yeah.
Hey, man, brother, that's a great pick.
Yeah, and
I
then
like
I'm
it.
got
I
a little
like it.
different strategies where I go. I usually always go running back, but Diggs sitting there with Josh Allen, you can't really pass up on that.
Yeah,
either.
Diggs is nice, man, at the turn in the second.
Yeah,
round.
the AJ Brown pick by Jordan was a bit head scratching. I like AJ Brown, but I don't think you needed to take him at 111. That's probably the biggest head scratcher pick of the entire first round for me.
You gotta remember though, Jordan is a dynasty kook, not a kook, but dynasty guy. So I mean, I understand the appeal because he's going for the young guys.
Are you calling Jordan crazy?
No, it's just he's dynasty brained, just like I'm redraft brained.
Devontae Adams at the 2-3.
Yeah. That's,
Is anyone else down on Adams like I am, or is everyone still okay with him even with
No,
Garoppolo?
it's
throwing him
Devontae.
the football?
I'm not.
I think volume's gonna be king, but I think but look, at the same time though, like Garoppolo still made Debo a thing. Like it's
He
possible.
did.
Like
He
come
did.
on, he's just gonna Garoppolo's one of those guys where he's going to hyper target like one dude, and so that just keeps fitting Devontae Adams at this point. Like that's kind of been his thing. He just gets like oh crap.
Talk a little more, Joe.
Amon.
That's a
See,
good.
that's kinda
wasn't
where-
really my actual pick. I had a bunch of running backs ahead of him on the board, on the cheat sheet, but he's the top receiver, and I definitely want to get one of these like top end guys. It didn't like ding. It didn't give me like a weird noise that I thought.
Oh,
it would
I
give me.
heard it. I thought you were going to just pause it for a second because you spent about 45 seconds not realizing you were up.
Somebody should say. Somebody can say something. That
I
would be
didn't know.
cool.
I was
Sorry,
looking
yeah,
at
Where's
my
the
phone.
fun in
I
that?
didn't know you were up. Until
Where's
it
the
started
fun in
Relax,
letting you know?
guys. Relax.
I feel like now I'm going to start looking at my pick because I don't want to pull a Joe.
Like I probably, if I'm being honest with you, I probably would have taken Amon-Ra St. Brown and Garrett Wilson both over Devontae Adams there because of
Ooh.
quarterback.
I'm
mean,
not quite there. I'm not quite there yet. I get
I
it.
can see it. I can see
I get it, but I'm not there.
That's fair.
I don't hate it.
So yeah.
Oh man,
What are
I'm
you thinking
stuck.
here, Mike?
I'm stuck. I kind of want to pull the trigger on Jonathan Taylor because it's the second round.
Yeah.
To be
We're
real
looking
though,
at-
let's be
We're
real
looking
with
at
him.
RB8.
They're gonna
RB8
figure
right
it out. Like,
Exactly.
there's no chance.
It's either him or Josh Jacobs, and I'm just like, do I want to be risk averse because I already picked the hamstring, riddled wide receiver in the first
Do
round?
it 15 seconds. So.
I'm not sure
Yep.
one is less risky than the
So-
other, Mike.
I'm just gonna go Jonathan Taylor. I'm just gonna take it. I'm gonna take the value. I'm
It is
getting
good
Jonathan
value
Taylor
there.
after Tony
No
Pollard, guys.
Waiting for the. We'll get it. I think Fantrax has these lovely sound effects later on where you like reach for a guy and it'll be like, wow.
Oh, that'll be me.
Who's
Yeah.
who's the
That'll-
bet
Dave
on the
knows what I'm
first
talking
one?
about. He plays a lot of baseball over here.
That'll be me.
Who's the bet for the first one to get that?
Me. I
But
mean,
Dave already
Is it gonna
said
be you,
him.
Dave?
it's gonna be me. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna-
I'd
it's
probably
gonna
be
be-
me at this point. I'm being risky, but yeah, I mean, at the like Joe's
Jordan.
point,
Jordan was oh, there we go. So we got Josh Jacobs right back
Good.
to
Now I don't
back.
have
There
to
you
think
go.
about him. That makes
So,
me
yeah,
really
don't even
happy.
think about it. Yeah. So I think this is Jordan, Saquon, and Chubb going right in front of
Yeah.
me. Kind of threw me off. I'll take AJ Brown CD combo all day though. Yeah, that's solid. Again, like, you can almost go 0 RB at this point. Like you just got it on lockdown. Like there's no reason. Like you're gonna start reaching on some of these running backs at this point if you take them. Like if I don't get one of the top end running backs, I kind of don't want any of them. I'm just waiting.
I couldn't agree anymore with you, Joe. Yeah.
Jordan's on the path to make Davis happy if he's going to get James Conner as a 0 RB strategy.
Yeah.
There goes the first quarterback off the board.
Our
at the
first
209.
quarterback, back end of round 2, Patty Mahomes. Where's Bonnie when we need him?
Yeah. Right.
Doesn't he know this is like an industry mock draft? You're not supposed to take quarterbacks. Come on, bro. Just kidding. Look,
go ahead, Joe.
sorry, no, go.
No, I was just gonna say I like it a little bit from his roster construction because you have the number 1 running back in fantasy most likely, and plus you got Mahomes, the number 1 quarterback in fantasy. You have both those in your roster.
I'll never draft James Conner.
Well, so this is an argument that I had with Mike post show a while ago at this point, where he was trying to talk me into the fact that these top quarterbacks are worth it. And I'm still not going to do it, but I get it at this point. I kind of understand that the Mahomes, the Allens, and the Hurts, like they are separating themselves from everybody else at this point.
Like if you get one of those top 3, are you surprised any one of those 3 finishes as the QB1 between Hurts, Mahomes, and Allen?
No, but
I mean,
it's
that's
to
kind of the
me,
thing,
it's
though.
The
So if
draft
you
cost.
Yeah,
Right?
I get that.
It's the
Take
cost,
that.
and like you end up hurting yourself a little bit. Dylan, I want to ask you about Stevenson. Are you worried at all that it's still New England and they're gonna bring in somebody? Like there's been a lot of rumors. They've worked out Fournette. There's just a lot. There's a lot going on there.
I think he'll be okay because we saw he was still fine when Damian Harris was there as well. And to be honest with you, I think Zeke's pretty dust. Even Lenny might be a little bit dust. And it really wasn't the touchdowns where what we got points from Stevenson last year. So it's the passing game work. And he was really kind of like what you were alluding to earlier was you don't want any of the top, or you don't want the running backs outside of the top guys. Stevenson was kind of the last guy in that tier for me before I just start now probably pounding wide receivers.
Yeah, Najee can be maybe talked about in Hall if we knew he was healthy, maybe. That's interesting. Jahmyr Gibbs. Man, he's a guy who, like, we talked about him last night on the Fantasy Six Pack Hour. Bob Harris is a Gibbs fan.
Is he? Okay.
I am he's a rookie. Not that rookie running backs won't work, right? But you kind of worry with that backfield being split, and he could get the Swift role, which wasn't great last year.
Agreed.
Right, and so that's what I worry with Gibbs, is that he's going to get the Swift role into where we saw Jamal Williams just destroy, 18 touchdowns or some nonsense like that. Like, oh my gosh.
All right, guys, here we go. Ready?
Here we go.
It shows you I'm not playing.
Whoa.
Shows you how much I'm not playing.
All right, you got to let me know it here, Dave. Why?
Jerry.
What I want to know before you start, why did it not go the wow pick right there?
Yeah,
I
guess.
I was wondering if it was going to. I mean, I don't think that's like an insane reach.
It is.
But
it is.
but it's a reach. Well, so to be fair, I was taking Chris Olave. And then, of course, Dylan, non-fantasy football expo goer, went ahead and took him. So then I was still going to take a wide receiver. And I'll be honest with you, I can poke massive holes in front of every – I was poking massive holes in front of every single buddy there. And he's honestly the guy that I thought of the group that was – I was looking at the pick. I think he has the highest ceiling. And just like I did last year, I'm not drafting to make the playoffs or whatever. I'm drafting to win.
Well, so let me ask you this, Dave. So Jerry Jeudy, I like him as a player. I don't hate that you drafted him. I hate where you drafted him. And here's why. It's because you can get him next round easily. I guarantee you could have easily gotten him next round. You could have easily probably gotten him in the 5th round. Like his ADP is not anywhere close to where you took him. So that's where I go, to me, that's not, smart drafting. I mean, look, at the end of the day, you could be right and that could work out, but it could have been right and you could have had somebody else also really good right there and you could have had Judy 2 rounds later.
And so for me, and I know you guys know this because we've done a lot of drafts together. Again, I trust myself, right? I trust myself more than I trust just ADP. And like I said, of all the guys there that I was looking at, he was the guy that I was the most confident in. And so I went with my guy. I am not as confident as you that he would be there with the next pick. If you told me, oh, he's for sure there, then that's fine. I would have went with somebody else. I don't want to pass up on Jerry Jeudy. So that's why I did what I did.
I was giving Dave some time to talk, so I queued up my next player, and I forgot the sound effect was going to come in anyways to mute out Dave. I decided to go with Devontae Smith here, and I'm glad Scott picked Deebo Samuel in front of me. It's like what you said on last night's show, Joe. Have somebody else take the risk-averse player before me, so I don't have to deal with that.
Yeah.
Battle in my head.
Bob said that a lot too. Like somebody else is going to make that decision for you, and usually it happens with me. Too.
And that made it so much easier.
I want nothing to do with it. Yeah, I'm totally with you. Mark Andrews, that is a phenomenal pick, by the way.
Gotta lock up your wide receiver 2 and a 3 wide receiver.
Yes. So speaking of that, I'm looking at my cheat sheet here, and I know it's telling me running backs, but there's a reason why they're falling, guys. Like I do think that there's something going on there. Receivers is where to go, man.
Don't you wish Jerry
This
Jeudy was on the board?
Full PPR? No, I don't. This for full PPR, I'd say lockdown Keenan Allen. The cheat sheet actually says Amari Cooper. My heart says Keenan Allen. I'm doing it, Keenan Allen. So again, I don't have to listen to the cheat sheet. It's just
that's who I was looking at too. But I was like, how do I take Keenan Allen over Devontae Smith?
You don't.
Exactly.
No, I agree with you there. I like Keenan Allen. I mean, like the dude's a baller. I know he's got the injury prone label. We talked about this last night too with Bob and Britt. He's really not though. Like, I mean, he has played a lot of games. He gets banged up, but he's a target machine. And now they've got a better offensive coordinator. Hopefully they can get him in the end zone more consistently. And like the dude was like wide receiver 5 or 6 last year after he came back from injury. From that point on, the dude's a wide receiver 1, really, like in most formats if he can just stay healthy.
Ooh, that's a good pick right there.
Najee, there we go. Travis Etienne.
See, I told you, Jordan's going young. He's dynasty brained right now. Nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong with it.
Come in and defend yourself, man. Mike's talking smack.
See, he just said it himself. My dynasty brain just melted seeing Keenan Allen go round 3. I know Jordan. I know him.
You would hate my Raz Bowl team. I have literally the oldest team on paper.
You got D-Hop and stuff or what?
Yes.
I saw him. He's got
Henry.
Michael Thomas too.
No,
No,
dude, I
no.
have. Well, Michael Thomas is my wide receiver 6.
Okay.
I mean, that's fine.
He
I'll be
drafted
good.
Frank Gore.
Yeah, it is definitely. I started looking at it and was like, "Holy hell! I have the oldest team ever. How did this happen?" Those were the guys that kept falling to me, and I mean, I probably know why. Yeah, I'll run through my team real quick. So Kirk Cousins,
Oh, so it's old and bad. Got it.
Austin
Oh,
Eckler, Aaron Jones, Keenan Allen, DeAndre Hopkins, Mike Evans, Brandon Cooks, Michael Thomas,
Oh man.
Odell. Oldest team ever. I was like, oh man, I hope they all don't die on the field. Jeez, what's going on here? And there goes the third of the 3 quarterbacks here. 4th round for Jalen Hurts is solid. If he had
I
come
was
back to
hoping-
me, I
yeah.
was going to pull the trigger on that.
I knew I wanted to actually pull the trigger on him in the third round, but I thought I could just get better quarterback value later.
Yeah. The problem is I think we're all gonna fight for the same like 2 or 3 quarterbacks later. So that's
I
gonna
know
be
who you
interesting,
like.
because we
And
all
you know
know
who
who
I
we all like. Eric, I wanna can you jump in here real quick? I know you're still in the back room here. Want to ask you, are you worried at all with Breece Hall?
Oh yeah, really worried. Like I said,
But I mean, the value is just too much.
yeah, it's just in the 3rd round, a starting running back with Aaron Rodgers. I kind of like the value there. Aaron Rodgers always likes to get his guys involved.
Well, Mace likes your picks, so there you go.
And then I took Jalen Hurts, which I never take quarterbacks early. So I don't know, just in the 4th round, it seems like a pretty good value.
Yeah, no,
Value.
I just said that. I was like, that's a phenomenal pick there. But yeah,
And
Breece
Breece
Hall
Hall,
terrifies me.
Running back
Yeah.
14 though, going off the board. So I mean,
Yeah.
it is good value for the most part. Like I mean, what is he going like 9? I think in best balls right now. So it's kind of insane.
That'll start. I mean, yeah, it's one of those. He's coming off the ACL, so you never know. And there's still the Dalvin Cook rumor, so you never know. Like, there's a lot of risk built in with him. But yeah, back last pick of the 3rd round.
30 seconds.
Joe, you are on the clock.
Yep, 30
Yeah.
seconds.
Damn it.
Hey, don't worry. Your boy Amari Cooper got picked already. You don't have to worry about
Throw
that.
a pause on there if you need to, Joe. Don't rush yourself, missing all that time, man.
I was actually thinking, what about when do we start moving up Javonte Williams? Right? I mean, he's about to play in the.
My next
Yeah.
pick.
I am gonna
thinking about
pause it.
picking him
Sorry
there, but I
about
was like,
that.
is that too early? I got to really scroll down to even find his name. So it's just that knee scares me too. There too.
That one scares me worse than Breece Hall though, because Breece Hall was just run of the mill ACL, but Javonte Williams was multi ligaments.
That's why it's so wild where they are in their comeback right now. Like
It is.
like
So
like
it
Eric
really,
said,
I guess-
Javonte's about ready to play in the preseason game, and
It's-
Breece is still
that's how
just
it's
running
gonna
in
be.
straight lines. Yeah.
That's
So
how
I
we're gonna
don't-
is the preseason is
At-
if he
at
really
this
looks
point,
healthy.
So at this point, I'm going to make my pick. At this point, the running backs are starting to fall to the point where they're becoming good values. And I'm going to take a guy who's on a phenomenal offense. I don't really like him all that much, like as a player, but 4th round, you're getting the running back 1 on one of the best offenses in the league.
Joe Mixon.
Joe
Yep.
Mixon.
I knew that was
just-
coming.
And he's number 1 on the draft cheat sheet. His ADP is number 4 overall. It seems like a good pick, so I'm gonna do it. And then there
And
goes Lamar.
4th quarterback.
Lamar,
though-
I mean, Lamar is gaining some steam this offseason. I've noticed he has become a super popular pick. I'm not sure. I don't know. I still worry with Lamar and just he's gonna have a new offensive coordinator. And I know people like the new offensive coordinator move. He's gonna open the offense, be a better passing, but like that's not where his value came from. Like almost don't want that you want that for the receivers. You don't want that for Lamar though. Like really? Like I kind of do worry, and like I still have Burrow ahead of him.
That makes sense.
I'm not moving. The calf. Unless we hear the calf is gonna hold, Burrow out a couple of weeks. I don't see how Lamar easily passes him, which is what seems to be the consensus right now.
I mean, It's not like his weapons are super great or anything, but I'm excited to see him with the best weapons I think he's had with Odell, who I think still got a little bit left in the tank. I do like Zay Flowers. Bateman was a highly touted prospect as well. Hopefully he can get off the pup list. And
Andrews is the baller. So
exactly.
Calvin Ridley was the one who I was actually looking at. Not the highest ranked receiver, even in my rankings, but a guy who kind of my gut says he's on a mission this year, and I really like that Jags offense. I think they're going to be something special this year. So that is a very interesting one.
Darn you, Mike.
So I'm so glad Calvin Ridley got picked before me because I was really hoping Aaron Jones would fall, and he did. I'm going to take the guy who's finished.
Just don't even. Your opinion is invalid here, sir.
No, here's the thing. Now, yes, it was with Aaron Rodgers, but the past 3 years he's been a running back one. So I mean, give me that in the fourth
Justin
round.
Herbert. All right.
He's going to catch
quarterbacks are flying off the boards earlier this year than I've ever seen.
No, like you guys are killing me. Ike and Mike, just top two guys in my queue.
Tell me who you don't want me to take so I can take.
That's the nice thing.
Because I'm debating between 3 guys here, and I think I'd get made fun of for 2 of them, and I might just do it anyways.
Well, let's see. Do you have to scroll down the list to see this guy? Okay, then you.
I mean, as long as you don't take David Montgomery, Homer.
Oh, well, never mind. He's like running back 1. Playoff team, blah blah blah.
Oh my gosh.
I tell you what, I am going to.
You feel like a quarterback pick right here.
No, I don't want to say too. I don't want to say too much because I'm drafting with all you assholes.
See, now you should have been getting McLaurin before Judy. You need to flip flop.
No.
Yes.
Jerry Judy, 2,000 yards, 15 touchdowns coming in.
What? What's in that drink? Jesus.
I'm telling
more
you, Jerry
alcohol
Judy.
content than this White Claw.
I'm tilting right now.
Just get your boy. You know you want to.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Fields.
Not here.
Not here.
I'm gonna go Drake London, even though the offense scares the crap out of me. And how much volume is he really gonna see? He's
gonna see a crap ton of volume.
Yeah. I hope. But realistically, Joe, how many times are they going to throw the ball a game, though, do we really think? Is Arthur Smith just going to...
He saw... he had 120-some targets last year.
Yeah.
So he's going to see the ball. It's
117 targets, 72 receptions, 866 yards.
It just wasn't good.
Bad targets.
And granted, that was a lot with Mariota, too. So, we don't really know what to expect.
I'm also not the biggest guy. Yeah, I'm also not the biggest guy on Ritter, but I do like hearing Dave saying that he thinks that he could be a little bit better this year. But
it's Mariota to Ritter, so
he's got to be better than Mariota, right?
Exactly. I would think so. No,
there goes James
Mariota.
Conner.
I actually really like that pick.
Oh, and then Kamara right after.
All right.
That's the Saints fandom being built in there. I guarantee that. Yeah. So Blake and Eric, Eric's still here. Big Saints fan. So
our Saints fans are on the corners. That's pretty funny how that worked out.
I didn't intentionally do that. I randomized it enough so that Dylan, me, and you, Mike, were split. Then Dave comes in and hangs out for the whole show and ruins the whole split the hosts up. Just kidding, Mike. Dave, sorry. Not sorry.
You're gonna be sorry when Jerry Judy goes crazy. Oh, I'm so glad. I'm so glad you made that pick. Because if you didn't make that pick, I had to. And this is the guy that I wanted to take. So thank you for not making me take
that. That's my dog, man. Trevor Lawrence is my dude.
Ask Mike. Mike had to know I was taking LaPlant.
I thought you were going Fields the pick before, but I knew Lawrence was in your back pocket.
That's what I was debating on. And I couldn't take Lawrence ahead of Fields.
That's why I said I feel you picking a quarterback that last pick. That I thought you were, choosing between those.
I was, but I wasn't going to tell you that.
I don't blame you
because I knew Clemons was going back to back before I picked. So
That's a good call.
I'm so
And
glad he
he's-
took Fields because otherwise I would have had to have, and I went Lawrence. So.
I know, because me and Dave, we talked about it on our Jacksonville team preview show. We just love the Jaguars' value. That
Immensely.
overall, like Lawrence is going to be the biggest benefactor
Definitely.
of all those weapons.
Christian Kirk.
It's a Jaguars run. Get Tank Bigsby while you can.
Joe, just so you know, if you're thinking about drafting quarterback, the one you're looking at is not going to fall to you.
Sam Howell will be there.
You're taking Burrow.
Yeah, I'm taking Burrow.
All right, that's who I was actually looking at. So
I know. That's why I looked at him when and it's no, I don't blame you for doing it, Dave, but taking Trevor Lawrence there because he's your guy, get your guy. But when I seen you do that, I'm like,
it.
Burrow, gimme. So
Yeah,
it made my
Lawrence-
decision even easier.
Lawrence was not coming back to me.
No.
You're right. He wasn't.
And
That's
yeah,
why it's like,
I
you
have
get your
to.
guy. I understand it. Like, I
that's
don't
why I
fault you
chose
for
Judy,
taking
though. I don't know
Lawrence.
that Judy was coming back to me. So
he absolutely
we
was.
can go back to that
That's-
pick all day, but I don't even know where he was ranked. If we look at who I ended up taking, McLaurin, I think he would have listed ADP below Judy. So I still don't know that Judy would have been there. Either way, I wasn't going to take the chance to pick a guy that I liked less.
That's fair. I get that. And if you don't think he's going to make it around to you, especially when you're on a turn like that, you got to reach.
Yeah,
It's
I had the long way to go. So yeah,
So I'm gonna
Alright.
do something I almost never do.
kicker.
You're gonna go Hawkinson, huh?
Ooh,
Tight end here.
Maybe.
I like it. I like it.
Dylan called it. Yeah, TJ Hawkinson. I think he's the last of like the tight ends who can just
Yep.
be phenomenal. Like,
Absolutely.
and so I'm going TJ Hawkinson. I would have probably grabbed Burrow if he had fallen to me,
Sorry.
but Hawk is good too. I will probably totally wait on quarterback at this point. I don't really care. All the ones that I super
Like that
are
was
gone.
my thought. It was like if Burrow got taken before me, I was waiting on
I
quarterback.
mean, there's one more quarterback that obviously we all like, and then there's a big teardrop.
Hey,
I
Joe,
don't
we
know.
do have Blake here, and we can get his thoughts if we.
Oh yes. What's up, Blake?
Hey, can y'all hear me?
Yeah,
What up,
man.
man?
Yes, sir.
So I wanted to ask you. You are obviously a big Jahmyr Gibbs fan.
Yeah.
Smart man.
um,
Smart man.
Looking how it was falling, I probably pulled the trigger a little fast on that. I was driving home and I came up. I was gonna pick Stevenson and then Higgins, and so Stevenson went, and I was driving, and I was like, I didn't want to pick Mixon because I was about to pick Higgins. I didn't want to have that stack.
Mm,
So I was like,
I
that
mean,
makes
Ah.
good
sense.
work.
Yeah.
so
But yeah, I
It's
mean,
kinda like
I
that.
think Harris and ETN could arguably go ahead of him. Mixon could too. Walker even is in that mix. But I mean, look, there's a lot of people who really like Gibbs, and so I mean, we're hearing good
And
things
you
out of
got-
camp. So hopefully you're right.
He might
You
be the
guys-
number 2 target getter in that offense, in all honesty, behind
Yeah,
Amon-Ra
I don't know if
St.
there's a
Brown.
Mike. He is the number 2 target getter in that offense. There's no question. He's going to
I don't know
have
about- I
at
don't know
least in
about
the
that.
first. Oh, I bet you money on it, Joe.
There we go, Javante.
There you go.
I'm just
Made it
my
back.
main
I was
thought
gonna say,
process
I get
Yeah.
about that fight.
There you go.
I
You're
heard-
taking the two injured guys, Hall and Williams.
Love
But
it.
it's cool. He was
His
His
talking
bench
about
is going to be awesome.
he was talking about Javante earlier. and
Hopefully,
it's cool that he
this
fell
league would
over
have
that
IR
time.
spots.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Garrett brings up a point here too. Kamara on the 4-5 turn is surprising with the suspension.
Yeah.
I mean, he's now your RB3, so you've got a little bit of wiggle room there. So I guess did that play into you taking him, or was it just go get my Saints?
Well, no, I mean, gotta love having him, but you don't win in the first 3 weeks of the season. I thought the 3 weeks is spent. That's going to be like 3 buys in a row for him, So that's how I'm looking at it. Like you said, he's my RB3 now. I
It's only a
basically could
3-game
have,
suspension.
if he wasn't suspended, I could have got Kamara and then Gibbs in the other spot. That's kind of how I was looking at it.
I mean, I've never seen Kamara go that high, but not third round high is what I meant.
Not in the not
fifth
this
round
not this-
maybe. I did have to scroll quite a bit to go get him in off of the cheat sheet. I'm not gonna lie. I had to do the Control F to type in his name to be like, where the hell is he?
Kareem Hunt news, that'll have you scared for sure too. So it's like, oh man, I'm him in.
Joe, I just wanted to ask you, where did you slide Kamara in your rankings with after the only the 3-game suspension news? But I'll let
Honestly,
you.
I haven't really moved him because I kind of built in the suspension into his rank. I knew I didn't know how long it was going to be, but I have him at 30, and it's probably good there. Like I don't really see him going too much higher.
I had him too.
You're on the
Before
clock too,
the
Joe.
suspension.
By the way, 35 seconds.
So I'm looking here. Wow, Deshaun. That's an interesting one. So a bunch of receivers went that I liked. I do see a couple. Quarterback be damned with this team. Godwin's just a monster, man. It's hard to go away from him.
You're going to like Kyle Trask throwing him the ball?
Hey, we talked about this last night too. Good receivers with unproven quarterbacks or bad quarterbacks can still be good receivers. We see it every year.
I'm giving you a hard
don't
time.
Don't go away from talent. Bob Harris made that point, and it is spot on in my opinion.
Which is why you don't worry about Devontae Adams.
And this is why I agree with you, Joe, because it sucks because of the recency
Lockett was the
bias
other
here.
guy I was going against too, but I'd rather have a de facto wide receiver one. Him and Evans play a completely different role in my opinion, and so like they're both just target hogs. That's all they got.
Well, and if it's Baker at quarterback, we've seen him produce a solid slot receiver with Jarvis Landry when they were in Cleveland together.
Sure.
So I'm all right with. I would much rather have Godwin than Mike Evans if I'm taking one of the wide receivers in that Tampa offense for sure.
Oh yeah, I mean that's why Evans is falling like a rock. But anyway, you got 10 seconds. Oh, there you go, Kyle Pitts. Oh,
I'm trusting the
Mike,
talent.
Jumping on the grenade. All right.
Trusting the talent. That's what I was getting at before. Is I'm going to trust the talent of Kyle Pitts. He's one of the highest drafted tight ends ever come out, and he deserves it because he's one of the most. He's like a wide receiver out there. Let's be honest.
He is.
And he doesn't need a lot of passing attempts to do a lot with it. It just needs to be more accurate, and that's what I hope Ritter will do.
That's what we're all
when he's
hoping.
not running.
But I trust the talent with Kyle Pitts.
I mean, eventually he's going to have a great year, right? I mean, why not?
I mean, he had a good rookie year. He had the most yards for a rookie.
I don't know who Scott is, but Scott, you're fired or banned from the site, whichever applies.
No, you can't.
Nope, that's a fan.
Okay,
that's a fan. You can't fire him.
I'm
Sorry, Donald
revoking
Trump.
his membership.
Good thing you don't have that control.
Well, I was gonna take Madison or Rashad White, so. Oh man, okay, that's cute.
Madison still falling to the 6th round is shocking to me. Like, the dude is the RB1 on a team that loves to run the ball. Still, like, I don't know, like, and even my own rankings have him higher than that, but not by much. So that it's pretty crazy to see him still not getting the love.
I'll take the most consistent wide receiver of all time.
Stop it. He was
Of
so
all
bad,
time?
Dave. He was so bad last year.
Really? Did he get 1,000 yards, Dylan?
He did, but he
Thanks,
had
Dylan.
like 237
how much-
yards in week 18.
Yeah, but
or
you
whatever
forget
it
he's got
was.
Kyle Trask throwing him the ball, so that's 1,700 yards at the minimum. I'm gonna have two 1,500-yard receivers.
You're funny, man.
He is funny because he's talking about Judy and Mike Evans.
Deontay Johnson. He
That's a good
actually
pick,
was
Dylan.
kind of in my debate in my head
Yes.
when I picked Godwin. He's another one of those. Look, I know we don't love the quarterback there, but Pickett is going to get better. The last half of the season last year was after the bye week. They were pretty damn good.
Yep.
Johnson has 0 touchdowns.
Right.
I mean, come on, that's got to get fixed.
I was about to pick him. He sniped me.
There's no way that's not going to get fixed. I mean, come on. We talked about that with Cole Kmet last year. Like 0 touchdowns his rookie year. Like that's got they ain't happening again. And then look what happened.
And then pops off and come out with 7 last year.
Michael Pittman is a guy I cannot pull the trigger on, man. Anthony Richardson scares me to death. Yeah. We literally don't have any idea what we're getting from him.
He's kind of the last guy in that tier for me that I would really like would be okay drafting right there, though. Oh, and JSN back.
I was gonna go Deontay and then JSN.
Going a little early here for JSN.
Pittman, I just decided because
although ADP is up there for him, that's interesting. Yeah, ADP on Fantrax is pretty wild. I've noticed.
Yeah, it is a little bit crazy.
Well, I think if it's anything like baseball, they have a lot of dynasty leagues. So, I know that can skew their ADP a little bit, but it's interesting. I can move this down, right? There we go. Yeah. Let's do that. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. All right. Yep. All right. Cam Akers just went off the board here.
I promised my son that I was taking Cam Akers.
I like the pick, man. I do.
I need a running back. I can't have Madison or White. I was really hoping that this little.
You kind of went 0 RB, and that's a solid first running back. That's a good. I like your draft. Going 0 RB. Madison. Some of your picks are a little out of order.
Like what? What I should have taken?
Like Judy in the 3rd round, but whatever.
Trevor Lawrence earlier.
No. If anything, you took Lawrence. Probably you should have taken Burrow over Lawrence, but okay.
No, get out of here.
Yeah. But anyway.
Let me just ask you guys real quick here. Who would you guys rather have, Waller or Goddard?
Goddard.
Waller.
Well,
stays healthy.
And that's what I'm saying, Blake. If he stays healthy, he's got to be
it is Waller
on that offense, right? And that's what you're looking for in a tight end.
I was all in on Goddard, and then Andrew Cooper came on our tight end debate show and totally flipped me. He just talks about how he's really the de facto wide receiver 1 on that team. Like they have 500 slot receivers and then Darren Waller.
Yeah,
that's what they got. So
he's the tallest receiver they got.
Yeah. Ronnie's going officially not getting a tight end for a bit. Yep. Yeah. Once you miss the tier there, it's goodbye.
That's where it goes. Yep.
Yeah. So
no, I looked at it. I needed a 3rd receiver. I looked at my first 2. I got really safe options as long as they stay healthy, and Cooper Kupp and Devontae Smith. So I decided to reach for the ceiling a little bit with this pick. I really do think Sam Howell is going to have a better season than most people are giving him. And if he does have a good season, I think McLaurin and Dotson can benefit.
I wonder who drafted McLaurin. Let me look. Oh,
I knew that was coming.
I like Dotson.
What a great pick.
You handed that on a platter to Dave, Mike. Come on. Why are you doing that?
My team's good enough, Mike. I don't need your help.
Dave's ego is big enough. We don't need your help, Mike.
That's better value.
Isaiah Pacheco. There we go. Dobbins, and I know I'm up.
Yikes.
Relax.
Bit of a running back run.
This is why we mock, though, right? I'm definitely.
Yeah, this is interesting. So
do better. So
my board is screaming at me to take quarterback, and
the
problem
is,
though,
the balls. There's a really good one out there.
Out of those guys, I kind of dig 2 of the most.
Oh, I dig one so much more than the rest. I can't say, but I'll give you a hint. I can't draft him. So
yeah, I'm actually gonna go with the guy who I gave you crap about, and it is gonna be Mr. David Montgomery.
That's fine.
Good offense. Look, he may not be 1,200 yard rusher or anything, but dude's gonna get in the end zone a lot, I think. So
Very
Lions
likely.
I will
gonna
take that as
pound the
my.
rock.
I will take that as my flex play.
And he's a good pass catcher out of the
He
backfield.
can, yeah,
too, man. So
easily
it's-
can catch passes. Like we've
Mhm.
seen him do it. You know, I know everybody's just going, "Oh, that's Gibbs' role." I mean, he can do it too. So like, he doesn't have to come off the field. Pickens was the other guy I was looking at.
The only
too.
downside is if Kareem Hunt does sign with the Saints, and that Montgomery, not great.
What the hell does one have to do with the other?
Yeah, what
Yeah,
you
but
talking
that's
about
what-
right now?
Oh no, that's my apologies. I was
Here's the
thinking Jamal
Put the
Williams.
pen down.
I was thinking
Put the
Jamal
pen
Williams.
down.
No, it's not the. It's not the pen, bro. Not the pen. For some reason, I was getting him mixed up with Jamal
Not the
Williams. But
pen.
my thought process still is though. Here's the thing. If Jahmyr Gibbs is getting as much hype as he's going to get, I mean Montgomery is not going to get as much volume as Jamal Williams got last year, or let alone red zone carries. 'Cause
Well,
if Jahmyr
but
Gibbs
Swift
is
was
good
also
enough-
hurt last year. I get that, but again,
So-
I'm getting Demont in the 7th round.
That's fair. That's
Like,
where it's good.
and he's my
value.
flex. I'm not relying on him to carry my team.
No.
There we
don't
go,
know.
Michael
Get
Thomas.
more.
All right, from a Saints fan. Well, let me.
know
I'll
it was
let you.
coming.
I'll let
I
you
knew it
make your
was
next pick because I have far too many shares of Michael Thomas
Oh,
already.
same.
No.
I don't know. I've just been seeing a lot of practice videos. I mean, obviously, I'm a Saints fan, so I mean, he looks pretty like Michael Thomas to me. I mean, he looks like a lot better than he did
Yeah.
last year.
Make your next pick, and then I'll ask you.
Okay.
Who's the? What are you taking? Jimmy Graham.
Taysom Hill.
Oh my gosh! Please do.
How dare you mock Jimmy
That'd
Graham.
be phenomenal.
You know what? It's funny because I've been hearing so many good things about Jimmy Graham.
Jawan Johnson, Evan Ingram. All right. I dig it. So Michael Thomas. The thing I get with Michael Thomas, right, is that he restructured his deal to kind of like a prove it deal. Like in order to
huge.
play, the big knock on him the last couple of years is like a lot of people are like, does this dude really want to play football anymore? Like he got this big contract, and then he got hurt, and then hurt again, and then hurt again. It's like, what keeps happening? Like, does this guy actually want to play? Now he's restructured his deal. He's not making as much money. And it feels like he's like, all right, screw you guys. I'm going to go prove that I deserve this contract again. So that's kind of why I'm back in on it. And
Yeah. I mean, he's only 30. If he can stay healthy, 30 is kind of a high number. But I mean, Devontae Adams is 30. Cooper Kupp's 30, and nobody's questioning drafting these guys. So, I mean,
yeah,
it's
well, I mean,
possible.
they've done stuff lately.
You're right. You're right.
I mean, they've actually played football lately.
Right. That's definitely fair.
I mean, like, he was really good last year, the first couple of games
Yeah.
too. Like people forget that, like really good.
Yeah, first game back, 2 touchdowns against Falcons.
Yeah, I
That was
mean,
nice.
so I'm up again. I'm still just gonna sit here on that. I'm going with a receiver here who I think can be a big like breakout guy.
Portland Sutton, great pick.
Kadarius Toney.
Are
A
you
little bit of a
scared at all
reach.
about the injury? In the
So
future?
I read something today that they're expecting him to be healthy week 1.
What, did they expect his week 2 status? Because that's usually where he gets hurt is during the week.
I don't know. It's a bit of a reach. I get it.
No, I understand.
But dude, the guy has just. I mean, I
He's a
called him my
possible wide
breakout
receiver
player
in
of the
that
year for a reason. And if this guy could just stay on the field, he's gonna be incredible.
You know
Can't
how
go
many
wrong
guys
with
you could say
Pat
that about,
Mahomes
though?
throwing you the ball.
I mean, who else do they have? I mean, MBS, Sky Moore. That's about it, right?
Travis
it's-
Kelsey.
I mean, besides Kelsey.
Well,
I mean,
besides
they got to have a
Kelce,
receiver
obviously.
out on the field, though. You know.
No.
Gabe Davis was the other one. I just the
It's more
price
of a
is right
baseball
for
pick.
Davis this year. I just he's so inconsistent.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I love him for best ball, but for redraft, it's like, man, when you start him,
When
he's
do you
gonna
play
do
him?
nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then when you don't start him, that's when he has that massive game. But I mean, at some point, like you said, though, the value just is like, wow, looks like he's his 4th receiver anyway. So
Yeah, I mean Tony's my 4th receiver now too, so
Sure,
we're
sure.
looking pretty good here. Ooh, that was squeaky.
Treylon Burks, Mike, huh?
I like him better with Hopkins around. I don't know if anyone agrees with that, but
I mentioned that
Agreed.
when the trade
I
happened
agree
in our
100%,
Discord
Dave.
channel. I don't know if anybody remembers that. I was like, I think I like it better because now he's going to see almost no double coverage. And he's getting the secondary, the second corners on the team. So if anything, this I think helps him. I like it more for Dynasty. Because I think it's going to allow him to develop more to where I think he kind of struggled being in the alpha role last year and he just couldn't do it for whatever reason.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Zay Jones or Zay Flowers. Sorry, Zay Jones. I'm an idiot.
I kind of thought I looked at him briefly.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, we're not looking at studs. You're gonna go get your guys.
Be careful. I have a stud coming up with one of my next 2 picks.
I don't believe it.
What are you thinking?
Just wait.
What's up, Jamie?
Glad
you could join us, man.
I'm almost a bait. I hate to say stuff out loud when we're drafting live.
Joku.
I was gonna say I'd really like to hear Ike's thoughts here with him double tapping tight end.
Tight end.
Where
is he? Go get him.
My bet is he got auto picked.
No, I think it came through pretty.
No, that would not have been an auto pick. Got my Josh Allen stack. All right. I dig it.
Man.
And you ripped out Dylan's heart in the process.
Yeah, he definitely
got the Gabe Davis, Josh Allen stack. I like it.
All right.
Go ahead, Dave.
No, I was gonna say something, but I think I'm gonna follow my heart.
You need to pick first.
Don't follow my heart on this.
So now, all right, Dave, you can explain your thoughts, but after your thoughts, we're gonna have to talk to Jordan because now Jordan's here.
Yep.
No,
hey,
Jordan, go ahead. I don't have anything profound to say here.
Yeah.
My next pick, I will.
All right. Well, hey, yeah, Jordan, let's talk about it. Dalvin Cook in the 8th round. I mean, he hasn't signed with the team yet, so kind of curious, just what the thoughts there are.
Just assuming that if we're playing this out like a real league, like he's going to be signed, and then as soon as he does, his ADP is going to jump up a couple rounds. I don't, whether it's Miami, the Jets, I don't think it really matters. He's going to be a 4th, 5th round guy again at that point. So just kind of foreshadowing a little bit, just, trying to play this out like I would a real league. I don't think you would actually slide this far if it was like a real draft for a lot of leagues right now. So
I don't know.
Just sit back and take the value.
New England, I think, would be the best spot for his value that he could land.
Sure. I mean, anywhere he gets a job, basically, he's going to jump up.
Yeah. As long as he gets a job, that value is going to jump.
Exactly. So, I mean, at that point, then, like, if he, some weird chance happens, he doesn't get a job, like, it was the 8th round, I'm not out too much,
Yeah, totally. Don't go to New England. Don't kill Mondre.
I mean, plus,
awful.
to your benefit, too, he's your 4th running back. I mean,
Right.
I mean, come on. That's a good pick, man.
I'm good with that. It kind of, like, helps me a little bit with Kenneth Walker. Like, his injury, they're weird about it. It's week to week, they say, but they also said the same thing about Charbonnet, and then he was back today. So we'll see. I guess if I don't know if you guys saw in the comments, if on that Walker pick, if like the season was tomorrow, I probably would have gotten Mixed in there just since we don't know how long he's actually out for.
Yeah.
But again, just assuming he's going to be back by week 1, I'll take Walker upside on Walker there. Excuse me.
No, that makes sense. Now I'm curious though. We got 3 teams here that haven't gone quarterback, and you and Joe are one of them. The other one we have is Blake. So I'm curious who's going to be the next quarterback. I'm curious who the next one out of you 3 are going to cave and actually go for that quarterback finally.
Never.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
So,
You got me on Sutton though, jerk.
second best pick of the draft right there, boys.
Rashad Penny. I dig it.
Oh, I like that. Yeah,
I
that's
was
another
torn
one. If he
between
could
him
stay
and
on the
Jamal
field,
Williams,
man.
yep.
I was actually looking at him.
Well, Swift isn't staying healthy. You want to give me the most productive running back with the best offensive line in football? I'll take it.
Yeah. Totally get that. I go on AJ Dillon.
I know. I don't like that, Ike. I was gonna go him.
I was debating between. So I was almost going to pull the trigger on Dylan, and I was actually going to ask Mike's opinion on AJ Dillon when I made the pick, and I went with my gut instead. I went with Damian Harris.
Dylan, Tyler's calling you out, man. DJ Moore. What's going on here?
What he said, I missed it.
He's yelling DJ Moore.
There
Mike,
you
I
go.
think we're fighting. You click
There
it.
we are. DJ Moore, brother. I know you see this, Dylan.
My guy.
That's funny.
That is funny.
Scott was 6, 5, 4, 3.
So
2.
I got confirmation from Ike.
Oh, that was my. Damn it.
He might have done you a favor.
Nope. That dude's seeing 250 carries this year. Promise.
You're in on Brian Robinson, huh?
Guy saw 200 carries. Got shot last year. And this
Yeah.
time, why wouldn't you be in on Brian Robinson?
He just might not be any good.
Well,
Did you see him play? He's actually pretty damn good.
I don't know. I just get a little bit of Trent.
I think he's
Richardson
just
vibe.
talking
But like you
because-
said, he did just get shot. He did get shot last year.
Literally,
that's crazy.
played after getting shot. Like, how
You're-
in the world?
You're arguing with the guy who drafted Antonio Gibson in this mock.
This is true.
I mean,
So
I think they're both fine, but Brian Robinson's seeing 250 carries. That's the difference.
So I did get confirmation on Ike's pick on why he double tapped tight end. He said that you can blame his puppy on that one.
Okay.
Typical excuse.
Yeah, typical
The old
excuse.
drafted 2 tight ends because of a puppy trick. Not happening.
I'll just explain my pick real quick. I went with
Massive
Samaje P. Ryan.
running back run here.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
I'll take the blame. I started it.
No, Dylan did with Jamal Williams. Nice try though.
No, Damian Harris, and then running back, and then running back.
No, there was a tight end and a wide receiver in between the Damian Harris and
All
Antonio
right.
Gibson
Well,
picks.
screw you guys. I'm going with, you know what? I'm just going to trust the cheat sheet. I kind of like it too. I think we're seeing, I'm going to go volume play here. Juju. I mean, I know it's not sexy, but like, the dude's going to see this boatloads of targets. Why not?
Is he?
Wide receiver 3 for fantasy.
He's my wide receiver 5. No, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, 5. He's my wide receiver 5. Like, I'm okay.
Yeah, and with him having a solid floor too, it kind of offsets the Kadarius Toney pick on your roster as well. With him having a high ceiling and him also being a little sketchy to be on the field, obviously. He's
Is your next wide receiver MVS or Sky Moore? I mean,
I am actually hearing good things out of camp that, he's looking good, and he's actually, his kind of like eccentric personality is actually like bringing out a little more of Mac Jones, so maybe we see a little more excitement from there. I don't really buy it, but whatever. Wide receiver 5, round 9. It's an all right pick. There we go. Jordan, you were the first one to cave. Took Dak.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean this late, I'll take it. Round 9. I mean, I think he's going to bounce back from last year. I'd be shocked if he doesn't.
Staff.
Aren't you a Cowboys fan?
Nice. Yep.
he
What's
is a
that?
Cowboys fan.
Aren't you a Cowboys fan?
I am, but I mean, look at the rest of my roster. I didn't take a Cowboy till round 7. I don't think.
No, CD
Nope,
Lamb.
round
He's
2.
back.
CD Lamb. Gotcha.
I stand by it.
Busted.
Back, actually, I didn't even see that yet.
Man, he thought he was good. He was like, "No, I'm good. I didn't hold it at all." Second round, turn around and took Tua.
Yes, sir.
Why? If you like Dak that much, why are you backing it up with Tua?
It's just full of
So
shit.
in general, when I in a one quarterback league, that's the strategy I go with a lot. Is I'll be like one of the last to take a quarterback, and then I'll take 2 of them kind of in that like back end quarterback 1, high end quarterback 2 range, and then I'll just play the matchups with them. So if it wouldn't have been Dak, it would have been somebody else right there for me.
I mean, same reason I went 3 running backs in a row after I've passed out of it. Yeah, absolutely, man. Makes perfect sense.
So
After Tua, we got Alan Lazard. And
I'm
now Joe.
Still not gonna go quarterback because I don't care. All these guys are the same at this point. Interestingly enough, and kind of looking back at running back, I don't love the running back.
Running backs are pretty tough right now after that run.
Pretty rough. But I think one that kind of stands out for me is Raheem Mostert. I know that backfield's crowded. I know he's got injury concerns, but man, I mean, when he's healthy, he's kind of the guy. McKinnon was another one I was kind of considering as well, but ultimately went Mostert. McKinnon scares me because like everybody's like, oh, what he did last year. The dude's 30, old, right? And then he scored like 9 touchdowns in like this crazy fashion way too. Like, that's not happening again. Like if he doesn't do that with the limited workload he gets, that's not going to be reliable. I have a bad feeling McKinnon's going to be drafted right around this range in a lot of leagues, and then dropped by week 3, because he's just not going to get the workload that everybody's expecting. And if he's not scoring a touchdown every game, his 4 catches for 40 yards isn't going to do anything for anybody. So that's kind of where I'm at with him.
So I'm looking at Rashad Bateman right here. Possible number 1 option in the Ravens offense getting in the 10th round. Yeah, he's got the foot injury, but I trust him more than Odell.
I was just going to ask you, why would you take him over Odell?
Because Rashad Bateman's played more recently.
And he's been good when he's played. It's just been staying on the field for him.
He was really good last year to start the season. Yeah, it's just staying on the field.
That's all. I mean, but that's Odell.
That's
Odell's problem too. He was the other one I was thinking about taking right there. Was Sky Moore as well. But I want the number 1 guy in an offense possibly. And that could be Bateman. As wide receiver. Maybe not behind Andrews though.
What are you thinking, Dave?
Oh, I don't know. I'm thinking there's no one that I love. I'm debating between
nobody likes anybody at this point, but
I know.
Shocker.
Go and get your boy who's suspended.
No, he's not in that situation. I'm really debating on if I want to let bye weeks decide my pick or not.
Never.
I'm with you on that. 0%.
Yeah.
Then
10
I'm gonna
seconds.
do this.
Ooh, I like that pick.
Dig it.
I'm gonna do that then. I guess I can't tell you who I was debating between, but
I'm talking.
It was him or a different running back.
Odell.
The other guy I just liked. I mean, I consider him relatively equal, I guess, but the bye weeks worked out better for the other guy for my team. But
I don't.
Oh, Blake, you got me there.
Bang,
bang,
gotcha.
bang, bang. Yeah, got me good.
I was Team Nico last year, man. Me and Waz in the Kings Classic draft, we took him in both the auction and the snake.
Everything out of camp, too, right now is just talking about how much he's eating.
It is every single year, by the way.
And he's from Michigan.
I get sucked in every damn year with him.
He's not wrong. Every year they're like, Nico Collins.
Yeah.
But we're talking about drafting number 1s. He's the number 1, so let's go for it.
I played so much Nico Collins in DFS last year. It's not even funny. So there's a spot for him in my heart. I don't know about flashy.
Oh, come on now. It's better than Davis Mills.
Is it though?
Ooh, I don't know where to go here.
We hope so.
Yeah. It should be. It should be.
We hope so. Dylan, how about you? What's your thoughts?
Blake, are you and me going to play chicken with quarterback here?
Nah, I'm pissed. Blake took Nico Collins because I tilted picked Jacoby Myers.
You haven't picked quarterback either?
You're the one who put the 60-second clock on, by the way. That was a good.
I got a couple QBs I'm looking at. I mean, whatever I can do to not get sniped by you is what I'm trying to do. So, you can't pick all 3 of them.
Honestly, at this point, unless you guys start taking QB2s like Jordan.
Do you want me to tell you who Joe's QB he's targeting right now?
Shut up, Mike. Like you've
Sam Howell.
no.
I like that, but no, it's not.
He's a Daniel Jones guy for sure.
Close.
My second,
suck a teeth, suck a
favorite
Keith.
quarterback target is still on the board.
Where's that banner?
Where's that banner?
Hey, can
we
you
got
pause
it. We got it. We got it queued up here, right? Yeah, there you go. Hashtag suck a Keith. We got it ready. We've left it there the entire time.
I didn't realize I was up.
Oh, my bad. Did you mean
That's the guy I was
yelled?
tweet on Foreman.
Okay.
Five great running backs. Wow.
They
Well,
did
you
go
don't
0
take
RB.
It's the way to do it. Yeah, just get a ton of them. Do you have a
Start taking
tight end,
bunch of
Dave?
lotteries.
I have the
That's
tight end.
Kelsey.
You got Kelsey. Okay, yeah, up at the very top. I see. Okay. Solid.
Those are some boomer bust running backs for sure. Like I like
That's
those
the plan.
But that's how you do 0 RB. I like it.
Man.
That is
IQ.
the way to do it.
That's
POS.
a good one.
Ooh, Aaron Rodgers.
IQ POS. You took my stack.
Aaron Rodgers. I mean, that's not the quarterback I cared about. So thank you for that being your QB2.
I can't
So I
believe
hope you make
Lawrence
the right
over
choice
Burrow.
on your quarterback. If you take the quarterback that I like, then we're cool.
All right. Now, Dave, remember how you said I was a little bit of a homer taking Aaron Jones? Now
I
that
didn't
was a
say
lie.
You're a little bit of a homer. I said you're a homer.
But that was a lie. This is 100% a homer pick.
Romeo Dobbs, of course. I
That's
was.
a homer pick.
I was taking him if he made it back.
In
to me.
all honesty, if I didn't realize that I was on the clock and I would have had more time to think about it, Romeo Dobbs is the guy I was going to take. So
Possible number 2 in that offense. Now, granted, I mean, we don't even know if Christian Watson's the number 1 yet. I mean, with Jordan Love. So, I mean, a lot of variance there. But, I mean, 11th round, you're shooting for the ceiling.
oh, that's a great pick.
Love it.
Yeah, this is the point in the draft where, like, so last night we had the riskiest players, the draft talk, and kind of strategy when it comes to drafting risky players and when to take the risk. Probably like a couple rounds ago, when you see me taking Kadarius Toney's, right? That's when I'm more okay taking risk. I don't want to be the one taking risk with, massive risk with my first 4 or 5 picks and just getting burned by it. It happens far too often. And when you get burned by those first few picks, it's hard to bounce back. So
yeah, as Matthew Berry would always say, you can't lose your round, you can't lose your draft, or you can't win your draft in the early rounds, but you can lose it.
Unless you take Jerry Jeudy.
So Odell went. I know that. This guy's.
You looking at wide receiver?
I don't really know what I'm looking at right now.
Lottery tickets. That's
I've
what you're
been
looking
talking too much is my problem. Did Charbonnet get taken?
10 seconds.
Yep. Pause it if you want, man.
Pause it if you need it.
I hate being that guy, but sorry.
It's fine. We're talking.
You're the commissioner of this mock draft. I mean,
Charbonnet did get taken. Where did he get?
Yeah, he got taken.
totally,
He went a couple rounds ago.
9-7.
totally missed that one.
9-7.
And Odell got drafted, so that I'm behind on my board is what's going on here, so that hurts. Anyway, yeah, I'm ready, but don't. I mean, it is what it is at this point. Don't love it. Quarterback situation is gonna suck ass, but I'll take Rondell Moore.
Oh, he was in consideration over Romeo Dobbs, but I didn't like.
I mean, at this
QB
point, it's just,
uncertainty.
you're kind of going best available, and that he's kind of the best available. Dalton Schultz.
Oh, there we go.
All right, so strong.
That's his first tight end. That's a good first tight end for December, in my opinion.
Good one.
Sure.
In the 11th round.
I worry about Schultz though, with a rookie quarterback, and I know rookies like tight ends, but do they like? I don't know if that's really
This
a thing.
is
I
a
think they're just like-
family-friendly show, Joe.
So strongly going considered Michael Gallup there just to get the Cowboys stack. Instead, I go Jameson Williams instead.
No,
know what? Rumor has it Jamison Williams met with Roger Goodell and may have his suspension reduced.
Even if it's 6 games, like at this point, the 11th round, like I'm fine wasting a bench spot for a couple weeks and just
It
hope
could
for that
be 2
upside
or
in the second half.
3.
If Kamara got 2 and he's on camera like kicking a dude in the head, I have a hard time seeing if he appeals it.
Right?
It just doesnn't make sense.
Like he literally didn't. Just silly. Like the fact that he got suspended for what he did. They gotta get rid of the you can't. I don't know. As long as you're not like throwing games, but I guess it's hard to like figure out.
Yeah, his was a specific situation though, because he didn't bet even on NFL. I think he bet on college games, but it was in the team's
facility.
That was the problem.
Which is dumb. Like if he could have walked out to the sidewalk, it would have been fine. But
So
Yeah, literally.
dumb.
Now my tight end values are dropping. There we go, as they should. Made a pretty massive update to the cheat sheet today, by the way. That was the quarterback I wanted.
Oh, was it really?
100%.
That's right. There's a
I
better
thought it
quarterback
was-
on the board.
I thought it was
gonna be good, man.
I thought it was your boy from the Netflix series,
Oh God.
No,
Mariota?
Kirky.
Kirk Cousins.
Mariota.
No, I mean, I had him, but no, I'm not worried about it. Screw you guys.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
There's still a better quarterback on the
People
board.
are taking QB2s. I gotta go get my
That
one.
Tua combo isn't looking too bad now, huh, Daniel?
Just don't watch the games, Joe. You don't want to watch Dan Jones play quarterback.
No, it's awful. No, it's ugly, dude. It's ugly. I can't do it.
Unless you watch him trip and fall, then it's kind of funny.
I really wish I could take my guy at quarterback, but I literally can't.
Oh man.
You can.
No,
Yeah,
I can't.
mean, I'll allow it.
I can't.
I'll allow it.
I'll allow it.
If you watch off that man,
I don't-
you can go ahead and
As
take
Dylan
it.
picks right after you.
It's not
I
even
like it.
golf.
He wants Richardson. He's a big Richardson fan.
I don't. Th-
Yeah,
I don't blame you.
I was
on
gonna
that.
say I don't think he was. In
I love tight ends at quarterback.
I was gonna say in the Colts team preview, I feel like he wasn't too high on Anthony Richardson, so that's not who he's talking about.
Kendrick Miller's
down on him for
ADP
this
on
year or just in general,
Sleeper
Dave?
on
Forever.
Fantrax is silly
Forever.
high.
Okay.
Like if we were playing flag football this year and he wanted to be our quarterback, I'd be like, "We're good. We got Joe Bond."
Do you just get like Malik Willis vibes from him, or what?
Oh yeah,
Okay.
Okay.
yeah.
You
he's
do
a
know
much better-
wait,
he's
what
much
did you
better
wait?
than
Sorry,
Malik-
what did you say
Malik
about
Willis.
flag football and quarterback? What's going on here?
I said
We'll
if
take you
Anthony
over.
Richardson, if we had a flag football team this year and Anthony Richardson wanted to be our quarterback, I'd tell him kick rocks. We got Joe Bond.
I mean, quarterback was the position I played in flag football, so if I didn't have a partially torn
Slinging it.
rotator cuff, I'd be
what I
playing
told
flag
him.
football.
That's why I was going to tell him to kick rocks, Joe.
All right, just saying.
Back on you, Dave.
Yeah, I'm
Yep.
debating on if I want to take my Michigan guy, which
Keep
I
going,
guess I
running
will. And plus, it's fun to say DPJ.
Donovan Peoples-Jones. There we go. I like it. A lot early on ADP, but the sheet agrees with you, by the way. Love it.
The
Screw
sheet does not
ADP
lie.
sometimes. Go get your dudes.
And
Should I
just-
take Anthony Richardson next just to throw people off?
What we thinking here, Blake?
Rasheed Rice, I like it.
I always want to have a couple shares of Mahomes, so that's where I'm going with that. And my
Mhm.
next pick, he's kind of low on these rankings, but I feel like he's going to be a target hog, even though he's only a rookie. I already have a starting tight
Do
end.
it.
So this is
Do
really
it.
just
First 6
Yeah.
weeks, he'll get targets.
yeah. Unless Jameson Williams comes back, I mean, they were saying some bad stuff about Williams, and I think the coach said he's never going to have like the best hands. Like it's just something he'll never develop. And I was just like,
But when you run 800 miles an hour, you know.
So I was like, ooh, I don't know.
I mean, Laporta, to be fair, doesn't have very good hands either. But when he gets the ball, watch out.
Yeah, that's
We
kind of
got-
the thing.
We're coming into the last 4 rounds here, so we do got to remember we are drafting
kicker and
kickers,
defense.
defenses.
Yep.
So
Let's be honest, though. Those are the last 2 rounds, guys.
So you're saying I have to pick a quarterback?
so
At this point, yes. You and you were the last one who hasn't picked a quarterback yet, Blake.
Yep.
You've won quarterback chicken for this mock.
I was wanting Geno Smith too. I was really hoping he was going to keep on falling. So
that's who I was going
names
after.
target.
So you and I were fighting. You and I were playing chicken for the same quarterback,
For the
which was
same guy, yeah.
not
He
a
was
good
like-
idea.
He was number 1. I still have 2 other dudes that I don't mind picking. So
Get in the van. Van Jefferson.
That's a good pick right there.
And yeah, just to get my thoughts on Alec Pierce a little bit, I just threw a dart throw at a guy who's going to be the deep threat with Anthony Richardson, and that's kind of what he excels in. Jordan Wright is Richardson throwing the ball, the deep ball, right?
He has a cannon, man.
Yeah, and then Gus Edwards, right now he's the RB1 in Baltimore, right? With J.K. Dobbins
He's been pretty good every
holding
time
out or whatever he's doing.
Yeah.
Gus Edwards is super efficient. No, why not this late in the 13th round?
You're not worried about Melvin Gordon?
Ooh, Melvin's there too. That's right, Joe. Good point. Not worried about him though.
No,
Not worried about him.
I kid. I'm kidding.
What are you thinking here, Mike?
I'm thinking there's not much to choose from here, so I'm going to go for the straight ceiling pick, and I'm going to hope Michael Gallup finally has that breakout season.
Yes, my guy right there.
Of course he is.
It's late enough at this point.
Yeah, no, I like Gallup. Had he come back to me, I probably would snag it
I
up.
think another year removed from the knee surgery. Like
Yep.
I don't think he's ever going to be like wide receiver 2, but I think flex or a bye week filling. Like I like him there.
Are you guys worried
Absolutely.
about like the passing volume in this offense going down now with Mark
No,
McCarthy?
I am not.
plays?
Let me
Okay.
tell you why. Because they've said that all offseason, but then what have they done? Like they let Zeke walk and replaced him with nobody. They went and got Brandon Cooks. They went and drafted a tight end in the 2nd round. Like that does not scream a team that's going to run the ball a lot to me. So I think they're just completely bullshitting. I think that they're going to throw the shit.
And if
Shit.
they do run the ball a lot, it's not going to be very well because they got a bunch of receivers. You know what I mean? So
Unless
It-
you
it
find
does
a Dalvin
speak-
Cook or something, but I don't know, man.
it does speak like, actions speak louder than the words. They've been saying we
Right.
want to
Yeah.
run the ball, we want to run the ball, but what if they shown us that they want to
And
actually
then
run
on
the
top
ball?
of that, our like all-time Hall of Fame level guard who would help us with our running game, we're not even paying him right now. So like I just don't buy it.
Zach Martin's a stud. They need
I
to
don't
get
like
that
it, but I
contract
need
together.
another running back. I'm gonna go Devin Singletary. This is kind of a blah pick to me. Like I don't know.
That's why I didn't go running back right there.
No, I mean I'm all right with that, Joe. To be honest with you, he's gonna get snaps. He's gonna be the third down back. He blocks better than Dameon Pierce. He catches the ball better out of the backfield, and I think he could get a little bit more work than people are realizing.
I'm glad you took Tyler Algiers, Jordan, because that was the one I wanted.
I mean, I feel like
Ultimate
he's still gonna get on the field a little bit, and yeah, I think he's probably like one of the most, if not the most valuable handcuffs
Yep.
in fantasy.
Yeah, no doubt.
Bingo.
DJ Chark last in the 13th round, probably the number one, might be the number one target getter in Carolina from Bryce Young this year.
How
Adam
dare you
Thielen?
speak ill of Adam Thielen?
I was gonna say Adam Thielen. What?
Might be toast, Joe. Might be toast.
He might get the most targets, but he ain't getting the most yards.
Yeah. Damn,
That's a
moving
good
here,
pick. I
man.
like that.
Jesus. All right. So because
This
of
is
the
the
Daniel
last
Jones,
round.
I am gonna go a little safer here, and I am taking my boy, Gerke.
Gerke.
I'm
That's
gonna go.
great-
I'm gonna
great
go.
value.
I'm gonna double tap QB because I waited for Daniel Jones, and yeah, I've got to. So
I've
All right.
almost contemplated double tapping QB because of Joe Burrow's injury, but I have full faith that they're going to keep him out until he's fully 100% healthy, and I'm just going to roll with it. So, next guy here who actually just had news that he did get injured in camp today. Hopefully it's just minor news. It's just a mock for now, but I love it because he is another great handcuff and that's Jerome Ford for the Cleveland Browns. Behind
Oh
Nick
yeah, I
Chubb.
saw that news.
Now, if hopefully injury isn't major.
There we go. First kicker off the board, Justin Tucker.
Get that
Never heard of
positional
him.
value with the number
Never
one
heard of
kicker.
Ike, we wish you were on the stream with us so you can give your thoughts.
Especially Goddard
That's all
and Njoku.
That's all right. Tajay Spears. Yep. Yeah, again,
All
I mean,
right,
at this
Dave.
point, you're taking upside, taking what ifs.
I'm
you'd
curious
rather
what the
you know,
person's thoughts of the upside is, though.
you'd rather take the Tajay Spears. You'd rather take him now, and then if Derrick Henry somehow gets hurt in camp or during preseason game, then Tajay Spears would be, obviously the hot commodity. So there you go. Don't have to worry about it. You already got him. Bryce Young. Thoughts there, man. Over like Anthony Richardson.
Wow, it was never
so
taking
Russ-
Anthony Richardson. I would take Russ, and I would have already taken Russ if him and Lawrence didn't have the same bye week. My problem with taking Lawrence so often all the time is a lot of guys that I like later in the draft have the same bye week, so I can't take Russ. I can't take.
I like
Jared
Russ too.
Goff. I can't take. Maybe that was the last one. Oh, I can't take Brock Purdy. So.
Yeah.
That's my problem when I take any one of those guys.
But here's the thing: do you really think you needed to draft Brock Purdy? That's something I contemplate. Like, did you need to waste a draft pick on on Bryce Young? Sorry, Brock Purdy. On Bryce Young.
Well, I think
I mean,
so,
like, anybody in this room, raise their hand. Are they drafting Bryce Young?
I would
Not
take
redraft.
before,
Yeah, exactly. So, like, that's the thing. You didn't need to draft him.
My fear is I didn't want to not have a second quarterback and not have a second tight end. So I feel more comfortable with rolling with Kelsey alone than I feel rolling with Trevor Lawrence alone. So that's why I did that.
That's fair. In a perfect world, we'd be dropping the kicker so you can get that backup tight end.
Well, I was going to take the 49ers, but since I can't do that,
Yeah, how can you pass on the Niners with them getting Pittsburgh and the Rams the first 2 weeks of the season?
so I guess since this is fantasy and not real life, I will go this route.
Mike, did you put the
Yeah, you will.
Ronnie's comment
That's
up?
right.
What'd you say?
Too many sacks,
You put
too many
Ronnie's comment up?
interceptions.
I did not.
So Ronnie's saying he's not taking it back up. I don't know which team he is.
I did not. He's Schwartz. He is
Oh,
Schwartz.
okay,
He's got
so
Lamar
yeah.
Jackson so far.
You got Lamar. Yeah, I get that. So if you take one of those high end quarterbacks, and this is something I've always said. So I don't take a QB2 if I get one of the top 5 or 6. I'm not taking a tight end 2 if I get one of the top 3. Right? He's Ewoks. He's actually Ewoks. So Josh Allen.
Oh.
Yeah, absolutely, definitely not.
Oh, my
But
bad.
look, he
My
did
bad,
it.
Ronnie.
He did the complete opposite, right? So he took Higbee and then he came back around and took Chig. So yes, perfect there. You took a late tight end, you back it up with somebody else who, you hedge your bets, right? You're trying to give yourself a little bit of safety with that late round tight end. And I did the same with quarterback. I took Daniel Jones, who, I mean, I don't know if he's going to be able to replicate what we did. Mike, you and I had this conversation. I don't really know if I trust him. You were yelling at me to basically like draft him in best ball. And I was like, I don't know, man. He like quadrupled his rushing yards and his rushing touchdowns. He still can't pass worth a lick. There's no receivers there. Yes, they brought in Waller, but like, come on. I don't know. He's not trustworthy, but Kirk Cousins is like the safe of the safe, So like that at least gets me by until hopefully I can figure something else out here. So I'm taking my defense here. And I'm just looking at my rankings.
3 straight AFC East defenses: Jets, Patriots, Bills. How'd you take the Dolphins?
I'm looking at. They're close, but no. I'm taking Baltimore.
That was gonna be my pick.
Yeah, another team who just loves to be able to turn the ball over. You know, something I consider here too with defenses, right? I don't you always go, you know, just best defense. 'Cause, look, let's be real. What's the one thing we all do with defenses and kickers? Well,
Not give a shit about
mostly defenses, right?
Streaming the hell
Stream
out of
them.
it. Yeah.
Stream them. So I should have thought about this, and I don't know the schedules very well, but you go after the
Matchups in the first.
the
2
matchups. The Ravens get the Texans in week 1.
Yep.
Yes, I get a rookie quarterback. Yeah. Week 1. I mean, that's just easy money right there, dude. I love that. So that's phenomenal. So we've got a couple kickers off the board here.
Yeah. Can we just discuss kicker strategy a little bit? Does anybody have anything that really sticks out to them? Like for me, I really just target a kicker who kicks in a dome. If I'm being honest with you,
I try and take a high scoring offense.
Okay.
I tend to lean that way, but you also want a high scoring offense that struggles in the red zone.
Yeah, I mean that's hard to predict. Damn, Elliott's my dude. Oof. That got me.
My instant thought though for like a kicker this year that I think
damn, Carlson already went 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Carlson's been number 1 the last few years, I think, and talk about
Yeah, no, that's
quarterback
phenomenal.
like Derek Carr,
I'm
who's
going
been bad in the red zone.
this guy is totally underrated. Jason Sanders. That's a team who it's a high scoring offense, but can also
Schwartz took my
struggle.
kicker.
Oh yeah, that's who I want.
Not a big coup fan because I don't think that offense is good enough.
If the offense can move with Bijan, Drake London, and Kyle Pitts, and they just can't score, Younghoe Koo is going to be a steal.
Yeah, but I don't know if he is. If they are, I mean,
But I'm going to take the kicker, the next best one that I thought, and it's Jason Myers for Seattle. Geno Smith struggled scoring in the red zone at the end of the
using my
year last year.
rankings.
No, it's just I know that Geno struggled in the red zone, so they like
That
to
is
kick the ball.
100% the next guy on my rankings. I do not. I do.
Straight homer pick, baby.
Jake Moody for sure.
Yeah. No doubt about it. Easiest pick of the night, folks.
Was he Michigan?
Yeah, damn right.
Yeah.
All right. Fair enough. Like it.
Last pick of the night,
All
Blake.
right, Mr. Irrelevant. Y'all were talking about streaming
Kicker of the
defenses.
Oh,
Seattle's playing the Rams week 1. I think the Rams are going to be very good this year. So give me Seattle.
I
I
like
was
it.
really going to pick the Saints, but my other Saints, my co-host,
I like it.
he picked the Saints. They have the easiest schedule this year. I think
Go
that's a good
Fantrax.
last pick, but Eric wouldn't pick them. So
Yeah. So, all right. So that is the complete draft. I guess I can't show the whole board here on it, unfortunately. But first off, I want to thank Fantrax for letting us host it here. It's a great system. The customization that you can get behind the scenes, obviously, for Fantrax is top notch. I know people like my fantasy league, and they are great. Don't get me wrong. I like playing there, and I like playing on Sleeper, and even ESPN, Yahoo, and CBS, and all those places. Fantrax is another level, right? They give you all the customization basically that MFL gives you, for free. That is a big plus. So if you want to move your leagues over, you want to add some little caveats, you need some extra customization, Fantrax is your place. Go to fantrax.com/fantasy sixpack and make sure you create your free account and move your league over there. They are giving away a free signed Travis Kelce jersey, by the way, to anybody who starts leagues over there this year. So that's just extra incentive to go ahead and do that. But let's get back to this draft. If anybody wants to bounce, go ahead. I'll give you a second now to do it. But kind of wanted to, you guys want to see the Fantasy Pros rankings? Yes, I guess I could do that actually. I have that ability too. Ronnie's saying, I'll pull that up actually. Or who has ranking ability here? Playing. You got that right.
I do not.
What, for Fantasy Pros?
Are you in Fantasy Pros?
I do.
Yeah, just give me a second.
Pull in the league here. Oh, here we go.
It's got to be me. Got to be me.
It's gotta be me.
It really just depends on how much they value Judy, if we're being honest. If they have him as an 1,800-yard receiver, then, I've obviously won.
Oh, hates my draft. Oh, actually, no. Wait, what?
No, you had number
You
one.
got it.
I had number
I was
three.
gonna say if you have it, why don't you pull it up?
I'm getting there. Hang on.
It looks like Ronnie has it.
I have it. Hang on. I gotta stop screen. Present a new screen. Give me 1 sec.
Bunch of studs right here. That's right.
There we go. So it actually has me as second, just slightly behind you or Schwartz. This is the draft analyzer. So this is the Fantasy Pros draft analyzer. It gives you a lot of like draft insights and things like that. I do kind of want to click on reaches and steals.
Do it.
Because I'm very curious. I definitely want to go to Dave's team. Going to destroy you, Dave.
I draft with my gut, and it always
actually
has
did
worked
not.
for me.
It did not say he's. Oh, these are steals. So reaches. Oh, okay. All right. Didn't give you any reaches. Lots of reaches for Blake. A little later on. That's all right. The late reaches are good. The one Kamara who I brought up was a reach. I kind of thought that. Didn't like my Mostert pick. I don't know. Whatever. That point, like tight end running backs were like nothing. So, pick analysis. That's a weird one. Team strength. So this
reaches
is
are
me.
relative, like Dave was saying, right? I mean, he wants Judy where he wants him. I wanted Gibbs. I knew he wasn't. I didn't think he would make it back around. So.
Oh no, he wouldn't have. You're kind of forced to reach at times when you're on one of the ends.
Yeah, but taking Judy over like Metcalf and Devonta, and even I got Keenan later.
I can poke holes in every one of those guys.
I could poke holes in Judy.
For what it's worth, I'll go Judy over Keenan. Pretty.
Judy's main hole is if Russell Wilson's going to play like crap again.
And see, and I'm so high on Russell Wilson that
me too.
That's my Judy look.
I'm also in on Russ this year.
Yeah, so that's where it comes from.
Are you just in on him because of?
So Dave, just to let you know, you are 12th according to Fantasy.
I really could care less though.
All right, what? I don't know what it just did. What just happened here?
Like these rankings, these Fantasy Pros little rankings to me are irrelevant. Like if I'm not mistaken, it didn't like my Travis Kelce pick.
I don't know.
I almost took Kelsey at 1, so I mean,
yeah.
what's it gonna be?
I don't think it was a huge fan of my Kelce pick.
No, it's the top players. You drafted 2 players in the top 3 of their position. No, I liked it.
Yeah, I won't ever argue with somebody wherever they take
it's totally
Travis
fine.
Kelce, if I'm being honest with you.
I get the positional strength that you have by having a guy like a Travis Kelce. I think where I get hurt, where I struggle taking a Kelce, and I talked about this in one of the draft strategy articles that we wrote. Me, Dan, and Keith broke down draft strategies for each draft slot. Where I struggle with taking a tight end that early is you really hamstring yourself with getting elite talent. There's only a couple of years where we can look at a tight end finishing within the top 12 of flex positions. Kelce has done it, but it doesn't happen very often. And so you really do fantasy football is you got to score the most points game, right? And so taking a Kelce, you kind of lower your point potential unless you really hit on guys later. And yeah, you could, but I'd rather wait on tight end and take, hopefully Hawk falls him in the 5th round in every draft.
Did
It's not going to happen.
you know you were doing 0 running back when you picked Kelsey, or was it after you picked Kelsey that you went with that strategy?
That was my intention. I mean, if it didn't go that way, then fine. But yeah, to be honest, that Kelsey pick might have started the ball because it was either Kelsey or Eckler for me. So if I would have went Eckler, I probably wouldn't have taken a running back again for a while. But that half was my plan. Yeah. I hate picking out of the 3 spot because if I can't get Jefferson or Chase, then in a half PPR, then there becomes no one that I'm like, oh, super excited for. So I default to Kelsey because I like to try to gain that massive advantage at tight end, and then I can forget about it.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I mean, even me getting Hawk in round 5 and Schwartz took Andrews in round 3, like those are guys you just draft and you forget about it. And after those 3, you kind of wonder, like, even Kittle went to Scott and at the 5-5. I mean, I know there's the issues with Hawk right now. Whatever they are, nobody really knows, but I tend to believe those will get figured out. We're still talking August 7th at this point. But Kittle is a risky play here because we know how inconsistent he can be. The Niners like to use him as a blocker a lot of times, and so he doesn't get a lot of targets. And then he's also injured a lot, so there is that risk. Where Hawk is, the de facto wide receiver 2 in that offense. Maybe you're going to throw Addison there now, but we don't know. He was a monster when he got traded to Minnesota last year, so I'd be glad to have him at 5. Any other thoughts from anybody else from this draft? Like any picks that kind of like?
I'm just curious on what people's thoughts are on the Discord users' drafts. Like my favorite draft from those guys is Schwartz with getting Tyreek Hill, Garrett Wilson, Mark Andrews, Lamar Jackson. Those first 4 picks are phenomenal.
And then he got Madison and Dobbins. Too.
And with him going,
he's got the Baltimore stack like all over the place. That is still a good draft though. Like to go kind of 0 RB, maybe not as much as Dave, and to get Madison, Dobbins, and then you got James Cook, 3 RB1s. Dave, you didn't do that. Like you got Akers and RB1, you got Harris not an RB1, Penny maybe, Foreman maybe, Mitchell no. Like all good guys, and if you're playing best ball, that would be a money backfield. But he got 3 RB1s on their team from around 6, 7, and 8 after getting Hill, Wilson, and then D-Hop also, like who I think is going to surprise people.
I'm still not so sure in half PPR, though, that Damian Harris does not outscore James Cook. So I probably would have taken Cook if I had to choose between the 2 of myself. But I don't think that there's much of a gap. And we've seen what Harris can do. We are kind of still yet to some extent to see what Cook can do. So I'm not so sure that there's a gap there.
Yeah. The thing that gets me with his team that we're looking at here is kind of went a little too risky toward the end. Taking Johnston. I'm not really sure what he's going to be this year, if anything. That feels like a pretty quick drop. McKinnon's fine, but I already mentioned my kind of worries with him. Mooney, whatever. Kendre Miller might be fine for 3 weeks, and then what are you going to get from him? Jalen Hyatt, a talented guy, but again, they've got 10 slot receivers there. So what do you do with him?
Just kind of banking on him breaking out, being the guy to break out in that offense. Hopefully.
And a lot of people probably don't even really know who this guy is, but Deneric Prince is the guy who, it's a Kansas City running back. I get it. You want shares of Kansas City. Where does he fit? I mean, like, is he even going to play over CEH? Right. They got McKinnon. There's just.
He's getting a lot of training camp buzz right now because he's in looking good because Pacheco's kind of bouncing back from off-season surgery and stuff, right?
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's if Pacheco misses time, then maybe Prince gets in. But are they really, but we know Kansas City does not like to use rookie running backs, period. Mm-hmm. So, does it change this year? I don't know. That's just. But again, like he had a great top end. The back half was kind of whatever. I mean, that's fine to take some chances there, but he took 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chances. It's like every once in a while, you do got to mix in somebody safe. You don't want to have to, go waiver wire 6 spots on your roster within the first 2 weeks if you don't have to.
Sure.
So, but no, overall though, good draft there. I kind of like December Underground. Is that that's a fan too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
December, Schwartz, Seattle, and
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Getting Chubb again, Dave. You said it, man. Chubb is like kind of a dark horse RB1, like the number 1 RB at the end of the season candidate for me. No Hunt this year. I think Chubb's is going to be awesome, and they're already talking about like him being more involved in the passing game, which okay, maybe we don't need to believe that, but
Right.
that's you'd rather hear it than not hear it, right?
Yeah,
That's always a good thing.
Sure.
I mean, we kind of saw it last year with Derrick Henry for a little while. Like he was getting way more involved in the passing game. Like these guys can catch the ball. Like they're professional athletes. Catch the ball, run. You get a guy like Chubb in open space, like Henry. Good luck. You already can't tackle him. When you got 3 defensive linemen coming down on him. Now you're gonna have him out in space with corners and safeties. Nope. You're not shutting him down. He took some risky and sort of inconsistent guys too, like Cooper and Watson is his wide receiver 2 and 3. Like Cooper has been a guy who I've for years was off. Last year I finally took the plunge because his draft stock fell like crazy, and I was kind of like, okay, fine. Like at that point, this is a perfect example of like guys, good receivers in a situation that's not great, right? That was Cooper last year. Everybody was deathly afraid of him. And I was like, well, fine. I'll take him in the 6th round at this point. And I did, and it worked out. And now everybody's moving it back up because Watson's back. He did it last year without Watson anyway. Cooper might just go back to being Amari Cooper, where he's going to have 30-point games and then a bunch of 8-point games in a row. So that scares me with him. But I do like that team. Like, it's pretty risky, and he went with the Cooper Watson stack too. Like that was, so he's all
Watson. I like everybody but Watson really on the team. Christian Watson, I mean, not Deshaun. So
yeah,
Jordan Addison late. Like I think Jordan Addison is going to be really good. If I wouldn't have picked Jefferson, if I would have picked Chase, I would have picked Addison a lot sooner. Like I really think he's going to be good. So.
That makes sense. Anybody else got any other thoughts, or close it up here?
No, I think I'm good.
When's the next one, Joe?
So we will be doing this again. Good question, Dave. We will be doing this again on August 21st. We're going to give the week after the expo for us a week to breathe and collect ourselves. And so August 21st will be the next mock. I believe we're going to be doing Dylan, you had the whole schedule worked out here.
Full point PPR super flex mock draft for that one.
PPR super flex for that one. And then on the 28th, it will be an actual draft. And so if you want in on that, you need to be an actual Fantasy Six Pack member. Go to fantasysixpack.net/plans, become an all access member, and join our Discord. Let me know you want in. We're gonna put everybody who's interested in being in the live draft, the actual real league, in like a 100-yard dash to see who the top 4 are. They get in. Winner of that league will receive a Trophy Smack fantasy football trophy, courtesy of Fantasy Six Pack. All of us here who will be helping out to pay for that. So,
what's the format of that live league, Joe?
Did we decide that one, Dylan?
We have not decided the details. We'll kind of just get everyone's thoughts once we finish this mock draft series.
Yeah. I'm all for half, but I'm good with this standard PPR. I know that's popular too, so we'll figure it out. But it'll probably be single quarterback though. I don't think we'll do super flex for that. We'll do single quarterback, maybe PPR or half. That'll be one of those two. So that's it for us. Thank you for listening and watching. And have a good night, everyone. See ya.